material.
We're all out of material. This podcast is brought to you in part by Arrow Comics. Buy more Arrow Comics. ArrowComics.store.
Crocodiles don't swim here. All right, I'm going in.
A little bit cleaner than last week's, so here we are.
Lies.
Glad you're here. It's time for the Sunday Funnies, folks. It's Sunday, the 14th of January, 2024.
Nearly Christmas.
Nearly Christmas. Yeah. Just had my Christmas last weekend. All right, here we go. We'll just run
Christmas
the opening.
Christmas every day at our house. We don't do it.
Is it? Yeah, not at all. I still have my tree up. I get to take that down today. It comes apart in three pieces.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had to argue with the wife. I didn't want to bring a dead tree into the house every year, so we got an artificial.
I think we got two cards, mine to Helen and hers to me. So
yeah.
That's about it.
I just got a text. I think this is definitely important here. It says, the USPS package arrived at the warehouse but could not be delivered due to incomplete address information. Please confirm your address by clicking the link. And it's uspoic.top. That looks legit.
That's definitely legit.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, definitely legit. Mm-hmm.
It's from a Fokha5336 at jakemsr.com.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Those,
yeah.
Special delivery from the Hooties.
Don't click
Make sure that you make sure that you give them your social security number. Just
right. If you don't know my address, if you don't know my address, how come you have my email?
Yeah.
How come you have my phone number?
Your bank account details.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Get stuffed.
Oh.
Here we go.
Sorry, I just thought that.
Yep.
Hey, everybody, come on in. You know what you need to tell those guys? You need to tell them to. Biscuit. That's what you need to tell them.
I had this buddy once. He was a steel pan player. Used to play in a band with him.
With a big steel pan.
Yeah, and he was really good actually. He took a trip. He's part Trinidad or something like that. So he took a trip over to Trinidad, and then I hadn't heard from the guy in like half a year, and he calls me up one day, looking for my roommate because he wanted to talk to him, right, about some piece of music equipment or something. And then like ever since then, I've been getting strange calls from all over the place.
Is he a Trinidad or is he a toboggan?
I'm not sure.
Toboggan.
Right then. So what do you say you played?
Steel drums.
Steel pan.
Like those Jamaican guys do. You know.
Is that anything like playing the spoons?
No, it's
like playing drums.
Steel drum.
Yeah. I'm being an asshole to
She's being facetious
and doing a good job.
It's too early for that. I'm still drinking my coffee.
Not enough caffeine yet, whiskey. Not enough caffeine.
I'm still scrolling on my Facebook page. Give me just a second here. Well, in the meantime, we could talk about this. I ran across this online yesterday or day before. Somebody posted a picture of
your mom.
Not my mom. I wouldn't repost that anyway. No, here's a picture of Plastic Man by Steve Ditko.
Yeah,
nice.
That's pretty cool.
And I was thinking, wow, anybody that could, if there was anybody out there during the 80s and 90s that could have done Plastic Man any kind of justice, it would have been Steve Ditko.
Yes.
Yeah,
and I wonder why that never happened. It's just it would be a great matchup.
Hey, Randy.
Okay,
are you going to introduce us?
No.
Okay.
Doesn't like you.
Thanks for nothing.
Well, he's going to.
I thought I'd show that.
It's not you.
And folks, come on in. Despite what you're hearing, we're here to look at some great comics. I'm your host.
How dare you? How dare you?
Randy Zimmerman. I've been editor-in-chief of Arrow Comics since since the 2000s. So anyway, and I do this little podcast with this group of ne'er-do-wells. Also joining me today is Mr. Glenn Fleming. Glenn, introduce yourself.
I'm Glenn Fleming. I'm a writer, artist, and publisher. I've got 11 books published. You can find them all on Amazon. I've drawn lots and lots of things, too many to go into right now. And I also publish things like comics, magazines about comics. So go to Amazon and various places. You'll find them there.
All right. Also with us is Russ Leach. Russ, introduce yourself.
Hi, my name's Russ Leach. I am
a
comics artist from the UK. And that's it. Yeah. Find out about me at russleach.com.
There we are. Also joining us is Mr. Whiskey. Whiskey, introduce yourself.
1011100011. No.
Cool. Okay. Hey.
Thanks for coming.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah, I'm Whiskey. I'm a lead creative director for Bandnet and Ricochet Art Studio or what have you. We do 3D models, production stuff, that kind of thing. You know, things you put in machines that you spit out plastic and put in stores.
Whiskey's actually a call center AI that just wants to get involved in the creative process.
Yeah, his cousin's HAL 9000.
Yeah.
How are they ever going to learn unless they get involved? Yeah,
I know.
Yeah.
Yes.
Also joining us is Allison. Allison, introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Allison. I'm the Alley Cat. I write, draw comics, manga, whatever. And I'm here with these wonderful gentlemen. I use the term lightly. You can pick which word I'm using lightly. On a wonderful Sunday morning. Again, that's probably facetious. But anyway, and I do arting with the Alley Cat on Fridays, hopefully getting back to doing it at 3 this week. But, you know, my mom calls, I gotta go over and help her. So, that's about it for now. So, I'm good.
All right. Also joining us is, go ahead. Say what?
I said I'm not awake either.
Oh, okay. Also joining us is Charles. Charles, introduce yourself.
Yeah, it's about time. I come here loaded for bear, and I have to ask Randy to introduce me. It's a bloody disgrace. Anyway, good morning.
How dare you?
That's right. Good morning. I'm Charles Santino, a man who tries to live his life every day in accordance with the 1954 Comics Code and fails miserably every day. I've been writing, editing, art directing, and packaging comics and graphic novels for a very long time. I remember working on a comic book and looking out my window and watching Atlantis sink into the sea. My character is Rammer, master thief in a future police state. You see him behind me. Second issue right here, coming out any minute. And he's on my head, and he's in my head too. That's my story, and I'm stuck with it. Thank you.
Do you draw the Flintstones naked? There's a market for that.
If I seem a bit aggressive today, you're on my wavelength.
Wednesday Comics, folks. Wednesday Comics. Here we are. Boom. The great newspaper ran for 12 issues on a Wednesday. Went to the retailers, folded out. No staples, no slick cover. Folded out like a newspaper.
Oh, is that an advertisement for the Robin Hood movie with Russell Crowe?
It is.
Wow.
They had to pay for the print run somehow.
Okay.
They couldn't depend on the retailers to help cover the printing cost, apparently. I'm not going to go all the way out on this, or you'll lose the dialogue here. We'll go about half a page. You think? Right about there? Look good. Looks good to me.
Yep.
Good. Now I mentioned, sorry for that little rip there. Mentioned last week that we didn't know why the DC didn't continue this this great product.
Because it's good.
And I got a response. Yeah. I got a response from Dan Didio.
Oh, cool.
And which I just lost. Hey, how do you like that? There we are. Let me jump over there. Dan wrote back and said, oh, come on here.
None of your business.
Said the older issues on the shelf started to yellow and the retailers lost interest in the format. DC was all for doing more, but the sales weren't there.
Wow.
I told him it was really a shame. I did a local paper. It took a little while to catch on, but once it did, it caught on real well. And he wrote back and says, it's just that I asked him if there was anything he wanted me to pass along. He said just that it was the brainchild of Mark Chiarello, and he was late, a late ad, because he wrote the Metal Men strip on this. But it was really Mark Chiarello's baby.
Maybe it would have sold better if they called it Batman Wednesday and Friends.
Yeah,
maybe.
It's still a good idea.
But a comic newspaper. A comic newspaper every week, I think, would have really kept an audience, or would have gained an audience over a short time, especially with the lineup that they
had. This came out monthly or weekly?
Weekly. Every Wednesday.
It would have been 3 months. It would have been difficult to keep up, though, wouldn't it? I mean, look at the quality of a lot of the art.
Yeah.
Well, you do what Pat Mills and Dark Horse does. You get everything in house before you schedule it into an issue.
I'm afraid I think it's a great idea if it's not in comic shops. This would be a great idea as a nationwide drop in all kinds of stores.
Yeah.
Like this, probably the reason this didn't work is that people go to comic shops, they see that and they don't want it. They want the comic, 170 by 260 in a bag, in a board, whatever. That's what they're looking for. And even the people that are reading are just like you say, they're processed in order to think a certain way and buy a certain book.
Yeah.
This is the kind of thing I think if we still had newsstands, this would be amazing.
Oh,
it would sell
absolutely.
Millions.
Yep, I think so too.
I would. It's certainly something I'd pick up. It's a very it's a casual kind of thing, isn't it? In the best way. It's like it's stuff that you see on a shelf and go, oh, that's good. I'll get that.
They want to try to go
you
wide
get so much for your money as well. So.
We have like the best content in the universe on the show here, and the worst possible setup.
Sorry, we'll make do with what we have.
Which, of course, just kind of adds to the charm, I guess, of the show. But
especially on this, because it is awkward once you fold it all out. There's Commandy. Here's Commandy by Ryan Sook, artwork, Dave Gibbons writing, and Superman by Arcudi.
Have you ever seen the Commandy comic strip proposal from Kirby?
No.
Yeah, he proposed it as a comic strip, I think, in the late 50s. And there's artwork out there you can see.
Wow. Yeah, I had no idea.
Well,
that would have been great.
It was called Commandy of the Caves. It was a different concept. The character looked similar and the same exact name.
I always thought Commandy was kind of a cool character.
It's like that because of the all the supporting characters were animals.
He had a great costume. At the end of the first issue, beginning of the second issue, was his slave costume, beautifully designed by Kirby, and we never saw it again.
No.
What's going on to the left of you there of the page there, Randy? You got an object in the
right here.
Yeah.
That's my tower.
Oh, okay.
The Tower of Randy.
No, just one of my. That's my graphic system. So it's the one I have the all the podcast equipment and the internet and the drawing board up to. I've got another. I have another tower that I have my layouts and my lettering graphics on, and then another tower that's still running on Windows 98 that runs an old Roland vinyl cutter that I do all my sign work on.
You know, you were saying about the logistics of producing this, with it being weekly. They're only one pages, aren't they?
Yeah.
So if you've got a team of, however many creatives producing one page, and they're all producing one page at the same time.
Yeah.
This color though it's going to take a lot to produce this. This isn't just whacking down some lines and filling in some.
Oh no, this stuff's
a lot
like
of this is painted stuff.
But what I mean,
beautifully done. Go ahead, Glenn.
I was going to say, I'm not denying that. I can see it's a lot of time spent on it. But what I mean is that all these guys are working on the same, almost the same page, so to speak. They're one page. And I know it might take a month to produce. I don't know, but like you were saying about getting everything in house to the extent of where you're well ahead. I'll leave it there.
With that. I agree with you, but the kind of organisation that takes for something that was just launched, and was that they, I'm sure that they, whoever came up with the idea was great. They thought it was great, but it was still untested. So it probably would have taken an awful lot of effort to have gotten the people holding the purse strings to have said, yeah, okay, we'll green light, 20 different people doing stuff so that we make sure that we've got everything we need.
Right.
I think it just comes down to that, really.
Right. I would love to. This is like what I'd love to do myself, is something like this, where you basically just have a comic, just adventure strips in like a newspaper format. This type of thing.
It is gorgeous. It's lovely. Yeah, wonderful thing.
Maybe our old comic should do a similar.
We are talking about it.
Well, there's a company in France that prints stuff like this, and you can run off, a huge amount for cheap money.
Yeah, well, the thing that throws me, Dan mentioned that retailers complained that the pages were yellowing, and I've had this for, I don't know, since they came out. What was that, 2009, I think?
I was going to say, these things are over 10 years old. So.
But that complaint in itself says a lot about the market and about what people expect and why they're selling it and why they're buying it. This is pulp. Does it matter if the paper yellows?
It wouldn't matter if I went into a shop and saw this and the pages were yellowing because it had been there for 2 weeks. It wouldn't stop me buying it.
No, but you and I, Glenn, are going in there to buy something to read, not to collect.
That's the trouble. That's very true.
That's the trouble. Yep.
That's very true.
Plus, there are different grades of newsprint. They could have gone with a whiter shade of newsprint. That would have handled the
but like you say,
the sun a little better.
You've had this for 10 years, and it's maybe it's been out of the sunshine.
Oh, there is a little yellowing, but it's not bad.
It's not bad. I mean, I can see it when you point it out, but it's not really.
So it sounds like you're calling BS on Dan, right?
No, I'm not calling you. I think they actually had a retailer that complained, and they said, "Oh, sorry, we'll stop doing it." And I don't think they should have. That's my opinion. I think they should have kept it going because in less than 6 months, they'd have had a huge following for this product.
I don't care if the paper yellows. I think it's great. I think it's just a lovely thing.
Yeah, I think it adds charm to it.
Especially if they'd have kept the talent and the quality level that this has. This is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Yep. A wide variety of different styles, different characters, some known, some unknown. It's just great.
I love this adventure strips. And they're full-page adventure strips, so that's
definitely a lost art. Plus, like the Metamorpho strip, we were looking at the last couple of strips. They're like full panel. You know, this is by Mike Allred. Allred just took over the entire, page to do maybe 3 or 4 panels. We're now here. He's got more story to tell, so he's breaking it down into larger or into smaller panels.
Yep.
Just like the Wonder Woman strip that we'll look at, that's just super crowded.
Yeah, that's got a billion panels on it.
A lot going on and a big moving storyline. Yeah.
I know we got the official story for why it was canceled, but I wonder what the in studio background, other story is, the one we don't hear about.
Well, I think they did it just long enough to put a coffee table book out with the artwork on nice bright white paper for the collectors, and then that was it.
Mm-hmm.
So, and after 12 issues, they probably told everybody to take 12 pages, tell a story, and worry about what's coming up next later. If they sold it, they didn't sell it, or they couldn't sell it. The thing with the comic market, though, especially the direct market, is you're working 3 months in advance. Mm-hmm. So they had probably decided to cancel the books before the first issue even hit the stands.
Yeah.
Unless they got a backlog of work they never published.
Unless they have a backlog of work they never published. Yep. But none of the stories at the end of the 12th issue are continued. They all have a good, satisfying ending to them. But most of the adventure strips that ran on the Sunday papers ran usually 10 to 12 weeks per story anyway.
Yeah. I think this works outstanding, to tell you the truth. I think it's the best I've seen for a long time.
Yeah, I really want to do something like this.
Beautiful, bright, and colorful, and just fun to play with. And again, you've got so much space to work with. It's just a great format.
I'd like to see the artwork for the original artwork for this.
Yeah,
because I'm thinking that a lot of it's computer colored, so the artwork's going to be in black and white.
Yeah, or just all digital.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But there's going to be they're going to be black and white layers somewhere. Yeah. I don't mean a piece of board or anything like that.
There's that Wonder Woman strip we mentioned earlier. Look at that, just jammed.
How many panels is that? Bloody hell!
Lots.
It's 4, 5.
More than lots. I think that's officially a fuck ton.
Yeah, difficult to follow as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's outplayed itself.
Yeah.
Loving that metal page.
It's almost unreadable. Like, you can read it, but you don't really want to.
I think it goes down in blocks, doesn't it?
I count 63.
I think you can recognize the blocks it's in.
But again, he's probably doing that all digital, or they are probably doing that all digital, and they're blowing it all up. And it could be in
I think you're right, Glenn. It's just that I'm too lazy. I can't be bothered to read it.
Yeah, I agree. But that's what I get from it's in blocks.
A lot there. Yeah,
it's very nice though.
Right up against Jose Garcia Lopez.
Oh well, you can't go wrong, can you?
No.
Yeah.
I mean, we said that last week. He is a superb artist.
Just amazing. I'll have to dig up my Atari forces now and show them off.
He's like Romero. He draws really handsome, good-looking people, doesn't he?
Yeah.
We said about Romero when they changed all his women to be, a lot of his women to be ugly because she was a villain, and he couldn't do it. He could only draw beautiful women. This guy's the same. He just draws beautiful people.
Yep.
It's wonderful.
Joe Kubert.
Oh, yeah, this is the guy. Is he still being beaten up?
He's still being beaten up.
Oh, dear me.
Poor bastard.
He's a tough guy, isn't he? Has he got any teeth left?
He's been beaten up for over a month now.
How much does a Luger? Is that a Luger?
Yeah.
How much does that weigh? Anybody know?
No idea.
No idea.
Enough.
Nita Lanning from Indie Comics Network wants you to know you can help support ICN by sending stars. So help support ICN by sending them some stars, folks. You can do that over on the ICN YouTube channel. I'm not sure if they can take super chats yet, but the day is coming really quick. Jenko in the house. Good morning. Say what?
We can take super chats.
Super chats are available.
Yep.
You are steel drum life workout music. Yeah.
It weighs £1 15 ounces, that gun. If that's any good to you.
Yeah.
It wouldn't.
Morning, David.
With it.
So,
what was the cover price on the Wednesday Comics?
$4.
And what year was it? 10 years ago?
Yeah, 2009.
Yeah. Now, what did a comic cost at that time?
I was printing Flint Comics at that point, and I was doing a 28-page newspaper about this size. Only some of the pages, most of the pages were in black and white. I was spending 12 cents a unit. So they were probably spending well under a quarter a unit.
What was DC charging for a regular comic, though, at that time?
Oh, I'm not sure. Probably right around
$2.99,
$4. Yeah. John's in the house. John, hope you're doing all right. I ran across some of your Archie panels and showed a little bit of them off today. John, go over to John's Long Box and subscribe. Had a great talk on Friday. Since I loved Wednesday Comics, I got the paper edition and then the hardcover edition. Yep. Great stuff.
Yeah, it was really good.
And we said last week the hardcover edition is smaller than this artwork. So
hey, Allison,
still a great edition. Go ahead.
So the average impact would be 8.79 newtons of force. Does that make sense to you?
Nope.
From getting hit by it?
Yeah, the Luger.
How much did it weigh?
1 point. How much was it?
115.
1 pound, 15 ounces. F equals m dot a. I don't know if that means
is that measured in fig newtons?
Yeah, mass by acceleration.
It's Latin. It's actually Latin for that hurt.
D-Mac, what's going on, fellas? Well, right now we're trying to figure the impact of being hit by a Luger bullet, a bullet shot from a Luger.
Or a fig newton.
Or in other words, we're looking at comics. Yeah, here we are.
He's being hit by the Luger itself, right? Yeah.
So 8.79 newtons of force, give or take.
Yeah, that would break your jaw.
Yeah.
Not Sergeant Rock, though.
No. Well, his name is Rock. He's got,
Sergeant Rock.
Rock for a face. There we go.
Absolutely bloody gorgeous artwork there.
Oh, God, yeah. Kubert.
Yeah.
That makes about the right sense for the impact.
Sometime this year, we will definitely take a look at his. He did one text story for the Italian market that Dark Horse reprinted right before he passed, and it's beautiful, beautiful stuff. Also in black and white. Just the story is very much a standard, like a Western movie story, but the artwork is just amazing. Kubert's just phenomenal. Flash here, Iris, a little separate storyline working. A little bit of Carmine Infantino influence here, it looks like to me.
Whiskey's going to have me doing math in a minute because now I'm curious if it's right.
I think he wanted you to do math. Yeah.
I can give you the equation if you want to, and the newtons or all the stuff.
Kirby Crackle.
It was F equals M time dot A.
Yeah, F equals M time dot A.
That makes sense.
I can just throw up the math if you want.
I'll kick these two, will you? Get them off.
I can't help it. It's science.
It's all part of the transparency, folks.
Lovely page there, the demon. Wow.
Who's drawn that? Is it? Can't see what it is.
Looks a bit.
Steve Wands.
Simonson.
Simonson wrote it with Brian Stelfrey.
Right.
Drawing it. Yeah.
Okay.
Very nice.
Yeah.
I don't see how this conversation is any different than trying to figure out like how much force Thor's hammer hits with.
We haven't mentioned Thor's hammer.
We haven't had that discussion yet either.
True, but I know, I'm just saying. It's comics.
We'll get around to that later when we talk about the Avengers versus Defenders war. Yeah. There we are. Levi Krause adds in, boo, math. LOL.
Yeah, I started reading comics so I won't have to pay attention to maths.
I started reading comics so I could understand science and middlemen and the different melting points of the metal. That was my excuse.
You lie.
I know. Sorry, I'm still fudging. I get it here.
What a great line. Look at that. Lost it now.
I'm trying, but it keeps...
Yeah.
Sorry. I just want to get it all in the picture. Here we
what
are.
A great line. What a great line. Next week, it gets worse. That's genius, isn't it?
Next week,
it gets worse.
Hawkman by Kyle Baker. So it looks like he wrote into it.
Are you still working stuff out, Alison?
Yep.
I can feel the vibe coming across 3,000 miles of ocean. Put it down. Put it down.
Real kinetic energy coming out of the brain at the moment.
All that Kirby crackle coming out of her ears.
Yeah. I can feel the cogs churning from here.
That was number 5.
Fabulous.
Oh, here's number 6.
Oh, bit of Steranko there. Looks like, isn't it? That,
I don't like it. It looks yellow.
Yeah. Oh no!
And it's
Robin Hood's still there though.
And it's creased wrong. And don't bother.
It's not minty mint. Get rid of it.
Bam.
Bam.
Ooh, that's
nice
like
lighting.
that's Frank Miller, isn't it? Type of thing.
Yeah.
Bam.
He never drew that well.
Oh, somebody else who agrees with me. Thank God.
Don't get me started.
Totally overrated as an artist. Sorry.
Yeah.
He did one really nice early issue of Daredevil where Bullseye goes nuts and is seeing Daredevil all over the streets of New York. Everybody looks like Daredevil. That was about it.
Well, that worked out because everybody had the same face.
Yeah. But when Matt Murdock dug up Elektra, that was when I checked out.
Actually, I've got an Elektra graphic novel that I've never read. I think I got it about 1986 or something.
That's Bill Sienkiewicz.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
Is it
Elektra
worth
something?
Is it worth looking at?
If you like crayon drawings, it's awesome.
All right. Okay. It's on the shelf. Shouts at me when I come in.
Bill Sienkiewicz's work is like sometimes it looks like it's potentially genius, and then other times it just looks like a mess. I'm never quite sure how to take him.
That's a great.
What is it? Elektra Alive, something like that. Elektra Lives.
Something like that.
Still, I mean, huge respect for his work because he does what he does.
Morning,
do you know
Dave.
what I mean? And he does it well,
Yeah.
but
Yep.
I'm never quite sure whether I like it or not.
That's a great sequence where he's going over that table there, isn't it? And this what we're looking at now.
Where he rolls over the table.
Yeah.
It's
great.
And that
really
lovely
great.
lighting down the bottom right where he fires the gun and the lights.
But I like the way that when he hits the floor off the table that you can see Batman's shadow on the wall.
Kind of reminds me of the way Eisner would do it.
Yeah.
And he didn't know what he was doing, did he?
Yeah. Love that stance.
Bam.
Glad you're here, Dave. Genuine Comics in the house.
Hey, Dave.
It's Commandy and Superman again. There we are. Look at that. Boom. Great painted work there.
Kryptonian. Wow.
Kryptonian crept into the crypt, had a crap, and crept out.
That illustration in the booms, like Simonson, isn't it? He does that kind of thing, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
That's definitely a remodel on the house.
Yeah.
Look at that.
I like the way this artist has put those sort of on that face where he's saying "you" with those sort of Kirby lines on it, isn't there? You know, that's those lines he always does. Yeah.
That's
all red, supposed to be
very much all red. Yeah. What?
Are those supposed to be the three sisters from Dracula?
Probably the three fates. Yeah. I would imagine. Dead man's dead.
Yeah, those are the fates.
Okay.
And not the brides.
They don't look dead.
Nope.
Well, I mean, neither generally vampire sisters.
I can see her panties.
Brides don't look dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No, it's the same thing. So,
she has VPL.
One of them's got a pearl necklace on. Oh, no, my mistake.
At least they're color coordinated. So.
That's probably your comics code, Charles, with those panties.
No comics code here.
Yeah.
So.
Does anybody remember VPL?
Visible panty line?
You got it.
Yeah.
No, I never used to wear tight enough trousers. So.
There's always time.
That's why boxers were invented.
Is that what Boxing Day is about?
You never know.
Pretty much. Yeah. It depends upon what country you're in.
That's if you get wife fronts for Christmas.
There's a snakes and ladders game you can play, I guess.
Yeah. All part of Metamorpho.
That's right. And Ms. Metamorpho.
Yeah.
Huh.
Oh, great Titan stuff with Blue Beetle. Look at that.
Wow.
These guys could have careers.
Who's they fighting? Like, what's the... I'm not familiar with the character.
Here, I think they're fighting Blue Beetle.
No, the other one.
Over here?
No, the one you just pointed at.
Oh, this guy here, I'm not sure. Not sure who that is. Yard.
Huh.
He's fighting the almost Blue Beetle, isn't he?
Yeah.
The bluey grey beetle.
We're just going to call him Cotton Swab Man.
Could be the maroon blue.
Yeah.
Oh, we know. Yeah. They introduced a black and a green beetle, I think, in the Young Justice cartoon series. Eddie Berganza and Sean Galloway here on Titans.
It's either Cotton Swab or the Human Paintbrush.
Human Paintbrush. Could be. Not to be confused with the Human Pencil. That was a Batman villain. More greatness and strange adventures. Paul Pope. Knocking it right out of the park. And that definitely Steranko influence there.
Yeah.
Like you said before. Just beautiful artwork, though. Just what detail.
Yeah.
Every time I see.
Go ahead.
No, that's fine. You go.
I'm going to say that picture there with the truck with the 1957 on reminds me of a Rockwell drawing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In a similar vein, every time I see a pair of white walls, I always wish they'd just bring them back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just classy looking vehicles.
I had white wall tires on a Toyota truck once.
Annie Hall.
I loved that truck.
Yeah. Slight Aquaman crossover here.
I can't take Aquaman seriously.
Is that film come out yet?
Yeah. Did you see that video I posted of Batman like doing the Justice League interview with Aquaman?
No.
It was like, okay, so what can you do? And Aquaman's like, well, I can speak to fish. Okay, what else can you do? It's just, I can control my voice through the water. So speaking of fish. That was it. It's just like every time he says something, he's like, see you speaking of fish. That's it.
Is that what's she called? Johnny Depp's ex in it?
Turd.
Sparingly.
Yeah. Last I heard, they were going to cut her out completely. So I'm guessing.
No, they cut her part way down, but they didn't.
Apparently,
cut her
she
out
lays
completely.
on a slab for the whole thing. She might be in bed.
Yeah. Isn't it 2 years old now, that film? It must be 18 months since the trial.
I'm not sure when the last set of reshoots were done. They went back about 3 times for 3 sets of
it wasn't
different
a
sets of
bad
reshoots.
movie, actually.
The Aquaman stuff, I've never seen it.
We've reached a point.
It was okay.
Yeah.
And I heard that the second one was all right.
Yeah. Well, we've reached a point with superhero movies now where it's going to have to be spectacular in order to gain any type of attention.
Yeah. Or how about good?
How about good?
Even good. It's going to have to
do some actual work.
Yeah, it's going to have to be better than good in order for anybody to give it any traction, because there's been so many lackluster ones out in a row that people have become apathetic.
That's very polite of you. I would say crap.
Yeah.
We were watching Tropic Thunder last night and turned it off halfway through. What is this?
First minute they mentioned going full retard, you were done.
The best part was when what's his face got blown up in the big first 10 minutes, because he's another Sean Bean person. What's he called? His what's he called? That guy, the comedian. What's he called? He was the film director in that film, and he got blown up. English guy.
Remember?
Sean Bean.
No, not Sean Bean. No, anyway, that actor, his brother taught my daughter at school. Steve Coogan.
Okay.
Oh, right. Okay. Coogan's brother was in it.
It's been a long time since I've seen that movie.
No, Coogan was in it.
I saw it once at the theater, and that was enough for me.
Steve Coogan was in it.
Yeah, and
right.
My daughter asked Steve Coogan's brother, her teacher, how Steve was, and he said, "Well, he's moved to London. He's got a sports car and an apartment and a girlfriend, and he's gone off the rails."
Yeah, well, Steve Coogan thinks an awful lot of things.
Steve Coogan thinks a lot of Steve Coogan.
Yeah, it's a bit of a tosser.
Like
another Wonder Woman page.
That's probably got blown up. Yeah, fantastic. Look at that artwork. It's just brilliant.
Yeah, see, you can take her seriously. You can't take Aquaman seriously. Like another beautiful Metal Men work. Look at that.
Here comes Chemo at the end of it.
Chemo.
It's a villain made out of chemical waste. The chemical company would just pour all of their leftovers into a body mold, and then one day it came to life.
As you do.
And started walking. Yeah.
Does it say who coloured it? I can't read the credits though.
Lettered by Kenny Lopez and colored by Trish Mulville.
Okay.
That second panel on that page with the guy in the guy's hand.
Okay.
No, to the right of that. Sorry, the third panel.
Here. You mean?
No. There you go.
With 10? Yeah.
Yeah. This is just a disturbing.
That's 10. He was the humor relief kind of the strip. So he was the weakest metal.
Well, you can tell.
Yeah.
Chemo. There's a therapist.
Excuse me.
Nice bit of yelling here. 4, 5, 6.
So are the metal men indestructible or just like
41 pages or 41 panels on that Wonder Woman page? They are indestructible to their melting point.
Yeah, depends how close they get to a volcano, I suppose.
So like iron was the strongest one. Mercury could always come apart like liquid metal. Gold was pretty durable. Lead was probably the strongest, heaviest. Then tin and platinum. I think she was just there for looks.
Well, she was in love with Doc.
And was madly in love.
Unrequited love.
She did quite a bit for the team, though. She'd split herself down to like a platinum thread, and
yes,
sew
knitting.
herself. Yeah, did a lot of knitting.
She looks like a cross between Morticia Adams and Gwen Stacy.
John says, "See you later. I have to get ready for my show." Yep, it's Sunday Comics. Today is
John.
Journey into Mystery number 83. Yep, John, good luck on that. Appreciate you. Go back and look at John's long box and subscribe to his YouTube channel, folks. He's a good guy. We had a good talk on Friday. A lot of fun. Comparing a lot of notes. John's in New York. I'm in Michigan, and our comics experiences are pretty close together. He's just a little bit younger than me. Good guy.
So Paleolithic era?
Not quite
He's
Paleolithic era. Good
cruising
silver
for a
age.
bruising today.
Yeah, whiskey's like, yeah. Obviously, somebody put the wrong program in.
Hal's a little salty.
Somebody got salt on his chips.
I only kid.
We know.
Else you'd be off.
More Sergeant Rock still being abused.
Hooray, abuse.
And now the second strip in Flash has become Gorilla Grodd.
Again, that Kubert artwork. Damn.
Yeah, look where he's got the knife, and he's part of the background.
Yeah.
It's like you look at all these. I mean, there are fantastic artists in this whole thing.
Oh, there are.
And Kubert, for me,
is the best.
shines. He shines out of all of it.
Yeah,
because his strip ability, his storytelling, along with the simplicity of his lines,
and anatomy, anatomy.
Yeah,
and he is just superb.
Look at that first look at the first panel.
Yeah.
How many artists could do that?
Yeah. And then and the face that where he's the guy with the knife, panel 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, 5. That's it. 5.
Yeah, that's a good face.
Well, he's also drawn Sergeant Rock for like 20 20, 30 years at this point, too. So
he's just, it's just fabulous.
Oh, yeah, it is master work, isn't it?
Every time it jumps out at me.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And like I say, there's no disrespect to any of the other artwork. It's all gorgeous, but that just does everything.
So, Whiskey, what did you get for a total?
What, the math thing? No, we moved past that, Allison.
No, we didn't.
In other words, he gave up.
Yeah. No, I got a range. I just wanted to hear what yours was.
Okay, so what was it? 8.78 newtons.
8.78 newtons?
Yeah.
78 newtons. That's what you got for the force of it?
Yeah, force of impact. Sorry, 8.79. Sorry, newtons.
8.79. Well, the force of a punch is between an untrained person. Well, okay, so a professional boxer can produce about 2,500 joules. So, yeah, it would work between somewhere between 7 and 12 newtons would be the like in that range based on the how skilled the person is.
How skilled? What, whacking somebody in the face with a Luger takes skill?
Well, if a person who knows how to move could do it better, like actually knows to put their shoulder, like basically turn their hip into it more, things like that. It'll take in physical strength into account. That's why I was looking up like boxing and like what a professional boxer can generate and what like an average martial artist can do, stuff like that.
There's like a UFC dude that used science to improve his not velocity, but the force of his punch, and he was hitting around the same impact as a moving vehicle after they kind of worked out the science behind it.
But he left because they kept bullying him for being a nerd.
Fair enough.
Where's the bell?
I proudly wear the nerd label. Just saying.
They threw him out of the Gestapo for cruelty.
Yeah.
You remember what Joanne Worley used to say on Laughing?
Yeah.
Boring.
Hans, you must not hit the people with a Luger so well. You must only tap them lightly on the leg.
Stop hitting my Luger with your face.
Oh, Fritz, stop it.
Kaboom.
We love the Germans.
Oh. Where's Hot Man's wings?
I don't know.
Thought he had wings.
Yeah, he did.
He hasn't been to KFC yet.
Might have left it behind. Buffalo
Wild.
Wild
They
Wings.
They left his wings off, didn't they?
Yeah.
I thought that was a flash for a minute.
Yeah, I did. I had to look at the title. I thought, when did the Flash arrive?
He took them off.
Oh, okay.
Come on. I thought they were part of him.
I thought they were attached.
Oh no.
There's costume.
That's why it's got the belt and the bare chest. Yeah.
Like the guys from Flash Gordon.
Yeah.
Except their wings were real, weren't they?
Their wings were real.
Yeah. Those wings were real.
Hawkmen were real.
Yeah, he doesn't have them on. He must have taken them off in the 4th issue because he doesn't have them on the 5th either.
Okay.
Well, I'm not impressed that he's got no wings.
Yeah, that's what I want to see. Hawkman with no wings.
They were always fake, though. Well, what was he going to do? Tie him back like Angel does in X-Men? That doesn't make any sense.
That's just stupid.
No, everything in his life needs to be awkward all the time.
Yeah.
Taking a shower, making a sandwich, whatever. Wings.
When the last time you saw Hawk take a shower?
When it rained?
Nobody saw him take a shower. It's just
that's the whole point. It was just too awkward.
Yeah.
Do you draw the Flintstones naked?
Exactly.
Can you draw the Flintstones in a shower?
You know why you want
the Flintstones in the shower?
You know why
places on the internet you can find those pictures.
You know why you want to draw Flintstones naked, right?
Yeah.
Yabba dabba boobs.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yabba dabba boo.
That would have been better if it was Betty, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, right. So you're showing a sexual preference.
Just
one of the cartoon characters.
That would have been odd. Yeah. Found out a few years ago, Betty was voiced by the actress that was the mom on Petticoat Junction.
Oh yeah,
Used to run the hotel.
B. Benedict, whatever her name.
Yeah,
is.
that was Betty. I'm like, really?
Don't
Wow.
know that.
Yeah.
That's an American program.
Oh, well, you
Petticoat
missed out.
Junction.
Yeah.
Never heard of it.
Even I'm Canadian. Even I know what that is.
Yeah, Sharon Tate was in some episodes, wasn't she?
So was Elizabeth Montgomery. She was in one. They had Rock Hudson, I think, in one of them.
Well, that's a good move, isn't it?
Rock Hudstone, I think they called him. Yeah. They were like the Batman TV show. They'd call him up and ask him to come in for a day and do voiceovers, and they'd love it, no matter who they asked. I don't think they ever got to know. It's Commandy again, Superman again. And shall I go back to Batman? You didn't really get a good look at that, huh? Look at that color piece of work.
Lovely.
Another bam at the bottom. Dogs are thinking it's an elf with a gun. Bam.
Look at that cigarette going to his eye. Wow. That's a real mad panel, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, that's right out of Seduction of the Innocent, the injury to the eye motif.
Yeah. Yep. That Wortham. What a quack.
Has anybody read that book?
Yes, I have.
Right.
It's not worth the time it takes.
Rubbish.
Thank God to dodge that one then.
I'd love to get a hold of a copy of it just to read it, though. So,
yeah, I don't have a library, but somebody stole it.
I have a running theory that Wortham and Moulton and MC Gaines and all of those guys all were aware of each other and what they were doing.
Randy, so literally, I just clicked on Facebook, and this is what I got.
Mm-hmm. Should I enlarge it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well then, but
there we are.
That's what I got.
It's yeah,
brilliant.
That ought to pump up our viewership a little bit.
Yeah. Got you cancelled.
Funny here saying beating there.
I suggest a new direction for the show.
Not since we've been monetized. Sorry.
So physics and comic books and hitting people with Lugers, I'm all for it.
She works hard for the money.
Are you still doing the math on that, or did you give up?
No, now I'm researching the MMA fighter you're talking about.
Look at that.
Oh, okay.
Great work here.
No, the math, I did a couple of things and just got a range, and that was fine. I don't know the exact. I don't have enough information to do it on its own.
Wow.
That drawing there underneath Womp is Hulk smash, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Yep.
With a jetpack, it looks like Captain
Very
Battle
nice though.
jetpack.
I love the foreshortening on the punch and the.
Yeah, that's great, isn't it?
Yeah, that's so good.
Whack.
Yeah. Great stuff.
Actually, looks like it hurt him too.
Yeah. Ooh, whack.
Kind of like an MMA fighter.
Yeah.
What's the focus?
So those the
of
fates
page
again?
Going to be? Probably.
Yeah.
It could be.
Demon, no, that's kind of cool.
The fates, they're all chained up.
Okay, I have an art question here, an anatomy art question. Okay, so the woman lying on the slab there, is she moving, trying to get up? Because if she was, shouldn't the left side of her body be flat on that the stone.
It should be closer to. There'd be a little dip. There'd be a little hill there at a waist, but not as much.
That much.
So
not quite the bump
bum,
we've got there. Yeah.
A bum, the top of it would be angled to the left slightly, where her hips were where her body was bent and her hips were moving up.
Yep.
Unless she's squirming around trying to get up, but it doesn't look like it.
No.
But, you know, it's not like it's Buscema art, is it? It's kind of cartoony
it's Mike Allred.
anyway. Yeah.
He's very, very stylized, as you can tell. So
yeah,
I don't look at his stuff wanting realism.
So he probably just took an image of the back of a lady and then turned it sideways. Figured it out from there.
That might have been it. That's why it doesn't. That's why gravity isn't quite working.
I think he probably just drew it and it wasn't quite right.
I think he just
I think he drew it, stood back from it, and said, "No, that looks hot." And just
that's more where I'm leaning. I'm actually surprised he didn't round out the buck cheeks a bit more.
Yeah, don't compare any of this stuff to Cubit.
He drew it and thought, "Shit, I'm behind on the deadline. I'll move on."
It's
a comic.
It's a style thing. Don't compare this to someone as good as Cubit or Buscema or whatever.
Yeah,
because they would have got it right.
She's also got 50 toes, I think.
Yeah, I was going to mention. I
can try. 1,
yeah,
2, 3, 6. Is that 6 toes?
No, it's 5.
It looks like
it looks a lot though, doesn't it?
They're a little off though, but they're not bad.
Looks like Dave Gibbons' blood as well, doesn't it? He draws blood like that.
Yeah,
it's a lot of blood for a couple of
such a petite
scratches.
Well, it's not necessarily their blood.
Yeah,
no, I don't think it's there.
Oh, okay.
No. Swallowing in blood on the altar.
It's
a lot of blood in the human body, so
it's a lovely page though. Very stylized, really nice.
Oh, I like it a lot. I
love the color as well.
Yeah, works real well. Next week to die for.
Is it really though? To die for?
We'll find out next week.
Yeah.
It gets worse, don't forget.
Gotta get worse for working better.
Metamorpho.
So what's the deal with Ms. Metamorpho? I don't remember her. What's her origin?
I don't remember, but she was in the books back in the Silver Age for an issue or two, and then she dropped out.
At least she has hair.
Green hair, yeah.
That is the color I've never dyed my hair. I'm going to keep it that way.
Oh yeah, you should. I did once. It all fell out.
No. Just no.
Is that your excuse?
I'm gonna go back to doing
There's no excuse. I don't need an excuse for my hair. What are you saying?
I think you know what I'm saying.
Bugs Bunny, Castrozoini,
Zuni
forever. What?
Beating there?
Beating there.
I think that's in reference to the Flintstones.
Oh.
I have no idea. I'm just making this up.
Or a reference to the Sergeant Rock strip. Yeah.
That's true. It could be.
Yes,
that's probably more the right time.
That's like, we know where your brain goes, Alex.
Yeah. Who's beating?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Right in the gutter with the rest of you.
We live in a civilized society.
Speak for yourself.
Yeah. I was going to say, where do you live?
He lives in Canada.
Oh,
Trudeau. Yeah.
No, enough said.
That ain't civilized.
I was going to say, that doesn't change much.
Well, at least the trains run on time, eh? Ooh.
Ooh. Hey, now, let's not go there.
Let's get him. Let's get him.
I looked up that Caves of Commandy or Commandy of the Caves, and yeah, that was pretty cool looking.
Yeah, nice art.
Yeah.
Dr. Fate. Probably not.
Isn't his helmet supposed to be yellow?
Yeah. It might not be Dr. Fate, though.
It's Dr. Bad Luck, maybe then?
Maybe it's Nurse Practitioner Fate.
It is Dr. Fate. Yeah.
Or it could be Student Dr. Fate.
It's Locum Fate. Oh dear, Aquaman. I feel sorry for you.
And Supergirl is getting darker in tone as we go along here. She used to be real bright. The strip was super bright and beautifully colored, and now it's getting very muted.
It's kind of interesting.
Just waiting for a zit.
Wait for a zit.
Very talking head strip in that one.
Yeah.
How old is Supergirl supposed to be in this strip?
12? I have no idea.
As old as you want.
Older than 12.
Oh.
Probably late teens, 18, 19.
Yeah. She's definitely old enough.
Old enough, hopefully, yeah. Aquaman.
Well, she's no Greta Thunberg.
Nah.
Who is? Even Greta Thunberg isn't Greta Thunberg.
There you go.
I think that sums it up. That picture says all what we were thinking.
Yeah.
That's why I have it on file.
What picture? I missed that.
Got this one on file too.
What's up?
And Nancy, of course. I want a piece of cake. Anyway.
I wonder if Aquaman can talk to dogs too, because there's a dog in that strip.
Crypto?
It's Crypto.
The dog in that film one. Oh.
He can speak to dogfish. Does that help?
Well, that's not a fish in that last panel. That's a mammal.
Oh, okay.
No, the whale.
And the
seals.
I was just trying to help
there's
him
a bunch
out,
of whales there.
I feel sorry for Aquaman.
The killer whale here is happy, though. He's got a smile on his face. All of his backup is there. All of his boys.
Well, yeah, there's a seal right by there, so he's going to get dinner.
Yeah.
He's got a nice snack.
It's not a good drawing if I could do it.
Oh, I see what you're saying there. Yeah. Yeah, it's a seal. Yeah. So how can he talk to that? If he can talk. And also the dolphin. Yeah. Well, and the orca whale, actually. Can he?
I think it's marine animals.
Is it just marine animals rather than fish?
That would be my guess.
Now, if he could just talk to women, he could have something going.
Yeah.
So if he can speak to all the marine animals, okay, why can't he control animals on the land as well? Does it only work when he speaks through the water?
They have to be wet.
Yeah.
That is such a restrictive superpower.
So he throws water on him, and then he could talk to him.
All right.
So what happens if like one of the Wonder Twins turns into an octopus? Is that fair game?
Probably.
Yeah, in that case, yeah.
Well, then you get some tentacle action.
Yep. And it's the girl who turns into animals, I think. So that makes it very odd.
Yeah.
Well, I think we kicked that one to death.
Oh, that's putting it mildly.
Metalman.
Randy's like, back on topic. Metalman's like, that doesn't help the conversation, Randy.
Fighting Chemo. Corrodes tin right away.
Tin is always getting the short end of the stick.
No.
You know, we say about Jim Davis, his signature is always the underneath of the shoe.
Yeah.
Well, this guy, his signature is on that middle panel on the bottom with the hand coming towards you. He always draws somebody in the strip with the hand like that. This Lopez person.
Not quite sure why the hand is there. Is he singing?
Yeah.
Here or what?
Yeah. No, down. Left bottom, middle bottom panel. There.
Looks like he might be down on one knee having a little bit of a song.
He's singing, "Mommy."
He's got his hand outstretched here. Just
being dramatic.
Totally
Look at the sneer on the guy on the last panel. Isn't that great?
Yeah.
That sneer on his face. Yeah. Brilliant. And that guy, how good is that? The guy there beyond him with the jacket on, he's holding back all the superheroes and fixing him. Holding his same weight a moment. And he's got no power, I presume.
No, but he's the doctor. They love him.
Oh well, I didn't recognize him because he didn't have a pipe.
There you go. Yep. The only thing you can do is watch your metal men die. Would you like to choose who goes next? Next perils from the periodic table.
Yeah, everyone but the girl. You can take the lot of them.
That had to have been done in pieces. Wonder Woman.
Yeah, probably.
The person's probably gone on to do a bunch of YA novels, graphic novels. It's got that same color scheme, or they have that same color scheme and feel about their work.
Getting back to the Metal Men, I think Doc would have had a lot more fun if he had made Mercury the girl.
Right then.
Yeah.
Could have taken her temperature.
Could have done all metal women.
Yeah.
Probably has it. Has at one point or another.
Why not? Yeah, in his back room, sure. Mm-hmm. We never saw that.
Nowadays, they just say, "Did you assume the gender of the last one?"
Yeah.
Right. What metal do you identify as?
None of your business. You have to guess. And if you get it wrong, I'm going to be offended.
What are your periodic nouns?
Yeah. This week, I am mostly Mercury.
Oh, God help me.
Sarah in the house. Morning, Sarah. Glad you're with us.
Sarah.
Down on one knee, even half asleep, my mind goes to innuendos. Yeah.
Well, you're in the right place.
Up to this party. You haven't heard me all morning, so
that's weird because I can think of innuendos no matter what position I'm sitting in.
Oh, it's Luger Larry again.
Luger Larry. Luger Larry, the lamping copper.
Says, hi, you guys.
So now even they're trying to figure it out, right? Mm-hmm. They're weighing the Luger and the knife. Like, how many newtons is this one?
Which one of these would have hurt more?
Yeah, he's not being hit in this strip.
No, he's got out of it now.
I think I'd rather be hit with the Luger than stabbed with the knife somewhere.
Yeah.
I think I'd pick the knife, actually.
You'd rather get stabbed than hit by a Luger.
Well, I mean, because shattered bone versus a...
So you'd rather I stabbed you than hit you on the head with a Luger?
Yeah, because he'd probably kill me with the Luger and I might survive the stab.
You have an equal chance of dying by either one of them.
Yeah, you get hit in the head with a Luger.
Okay. Less nerve damage, potentially, with the stabbing.
More loss of blood damage.
I don't think you're over-exaggerating.
I guess it depends on where you get stabbed.
Yeah.
Just throw a grenade in the mix and end all of the discussion until
that's the way to do it.
They run off and they go, no, wait, that's not a grenade. It's a potato. No grenade. It's potato.
It's a potato.
It fell from my bag. I brought potato for you to eat. Are you hungry?
It's a potato.
This sounds like a Penn and Teller skit now. It's a potato.
I guess if your options were to get bludgeoned to death with a potato, a luger, or stabbed to death with a knife, I'd still pick the knife.
Well, knife would probably. Well, you might not feel it for very long with either of them. Any of them.
I'd go for the potato.
So, yep, don't game with me. Innuendos everywhere. Oh, I was thinking of a loogie, spit, facepalm. Yeah, so you ate the grenade and threw the potato? Yes.
Yeah, that's it. We're going with it.
More Kyle Baker here. More Brian Stelfreeze.
I guess if the rule of thumb is that, evil women have ridiculous eyebrows that go up, like what's going on there? Is she like a supervillain or?
Must be.
It's like two mustaches coming off.
That takes a lot of work to get eyebrows like that,
Yeah.
Yeah, let me tell you, I can't get my eyebrows like that. That's for damn sure.
Only politicians can have eyebrows like that.
That makes sense.
Some real Faustian eyebrows there.
That little girl on the next page with the lighting on that panel is absolutely fantastic, isn't it? I'm assuming her gender, but what great lighting. She's talking to that little dinosaur fella. That's great, isn't it?
Don't be afraid of me. I won't hurt you. He goes running off. She's got big glasses, though.
Yeah, she's a minion. Really nice, that.
All the islands and all the oceans of planet Earth. Why did we have to go to crash land on Dinosaur Island next week? How many for dinner? It's a new ad for Big Pharma to advertise a whole new level of heartburn with the grenade. Yeah. Switched ads to Smallville DVD collection. 8th season.
Does it bother anybody else that there's no physical media anymore?
A little bit.
Or like,
I don't know what you're talking about. I still have all mine. I still have VHS tapes. I got a room full of VHS tapes.
You can still buy it, can't you? Go onto Amazon and buy physical media, DVDs.
Yeah.
And
you
stuff.
can buy stuff that's been previously released, but not newer stuff.
Why would you want
a
to
lot
buy
of the newer
stuff?
stuff isn't coming out? Yeah,
the newer stuff, shit. Why bother?
That's a good point.
I've not seen anything new that I want to watch.
Well, but like,
true. That's a real Eisner building, isn't it? There on that first panel. That's the style of it, the view of it, I should say.
Yep. Right down to the newspaper boxes here. Part of the story.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's great. Look at his eye in the car as well. He's got the girl there, and you just see his eye in the last panel. It's fantastic. Yeah, just brilliant.
And her hair.
Yeah.
His shirt.
Just great.
Yeah. It's a great page.
That Commander strip really looks like something that they really, really needed to pursue, doesn't it?
Yeah, a lot of these are,
beautiful, isn't it?
They should have just kept going, like we keep saying, yeah.
And is that the Dave Gibbons one?
Dave wrote it, yeah.
He's written it, yeah. Wow.
If they were smart, they could have just continued on, give everybody a comic book and away you go.
That's what I mean. It's just fantastic, isn't it?
Yeah, you don't have the expanse. You don't have the large space like this.
Well, do a magazine size then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the
size that'd be really good.
Yeah. Put it on reasonable paper and it might not go yellow.
And again, the retailers would probably complain because they'd have to put it in a magazine bag.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Hail nerds. Hail William. Thanks for joining us.
I bet they wouldn't complain if it was selling 1 million.
Yeah. Hit that like button, folks. Leave a comment. If you're out there watching this live, we deeply appreciate you. Let us know what you think.
That is the printing cost on something that size that much higher?
Like this? This is incredibly inexpensive.
No, I meant like if you did like standard comic book paper and threw it together on like a comic book and magazine size, is it that much more expensive?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It would be because you've got that slick cover and you've got the staples on the saddle stitch in order to hold it together.
But also, if you printed this quality artwork onto that comic book newsprint, it wouldn't be any good with it.
You'd have to go with a whiter paper, but they should have gone with a whiter paper here as well.
It would be very muddy, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Because I did, when I printed on color for Flint Comics, it was on a whiter newsprint than this. And I held the color incredibly well and hasn't yellowed hardly at all.
Hmm.
Let me see if I can find it.
This guy who's fighting Superman doesn't give up, does he?
No.
Well, it is Superman, so that makes sense.
Yeah. Slightly whiter. Still holds color.
Why don't you put all that in a book, Randy, so we can all read it again?
This?
All your paper.
I couldn't do it because I don't have the syndicate rights to most of the strips that I printed. I only had one-time print rights.
Right. Okay.
Okay. What? If you had to bind the newsprint stuff, right? Like, how much would it cost
to bind this? I don't know.
Yeah.
But like I said, I was printing 10,000 copies of this every month, and it was costing me about $1,200 for the print run. But that was 2009, 2010. So it's like 12 cents a unit. This is on less expensive newsprint. But it's in color, so it would be a little bit more expensive. They might have had a quarter into this, depending upon how many they printed. A quarter per unit. They're selling it to Diamond for probably $1.50 to $1.75. I would imagine they were selling it to the retailers for a little under $2. Retailers would sell it for $4. So it wouldn't have been
all kinds of ideas.
Yeah, what do you think the artwork cost? $1,000 a page?
No. Oh, heck no. I doubt they paid that much, but they paid higher than average professional rates for it. Maybe half of that a page.
500
all told.
Oh, I don't know. I reckon
I'm only guessing, though. I don't know.
I reckon they paid
everybody's
more
got
than that back then, because it wouldn't have been standard 11 by 17. It would have been bigger than that.
That was my thinking, yeah.
And I mean, like now, I mean, if you're paying a penciler and an inker to do, if you're paying for pencils and inks through Marvel or DC, one of the biggest, you might be paying $200. Okay, plus a colorist, plus your everything else. Art at the moment, you'd be, I suppose, for something like this, you'd be maybe looking at $300 or $400, even at the low end. Mm-hmm. Because it's everything, isn't it? It's all in.
But also, I doubt any of this was physical. I would imagine all of this was done digitally. So people were working digital at this point.
Yeah.
Is Green Lantern meant to be fighting Alien there? Yeah, that's who it looks like to me.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, the Alien from Alien?
Yeah. Yeah, I agree, Alison. Kubert wouldn't be working on a computer, would he?
No, he'd be working physical, yeah. He's probably the only one. Next would maybe be Lopez.
Isn't that a coincidence? That is the only one, and it's the best artwork.
Yeah. Wonder Woman's all digital.
Oh yeah, Wonder Woman's definitely digital.
No way that was done physical. Stell Freeze with Catwoman might have been physical, but a lot of this other stuff, Allred, I would imagine, would be working digital at this point.
Probably.
Titans was done digitally.
I don't know what his work was at the time, if he was digital or what.
I don't either.
It looks a bit cleaner than his older stuff, so maybe.
It looks close to his Madman work. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little bit different because his Madman stuff was kind of scratchy.
Yeah.
This doesn't really have that look to it.
I always saw him as a solid artist, nice thick lines. Scratchy, I never considered that as part of his work. A lot of these great style, just phenomenal, solid line work.
Oh yeah, no, his stuff is always good. It's just there was just something to it.
Yeah.
Well, it's one of the reasons why he got published. So,
speaking of all this, here we go. Boom! Look at that. I think he saw Wonder Woman.
Yeah, I think he started reading Wonder Woman.
He's having fun here. Look at that. That's a tangle.
Is this supposed to be the periodic table or something?
It kind of looks like that, actually.
Yeah.
SMP.
At least a part of it.
Remember it.
Also a big fan of Eisner, And that's got to be digital, without a doubt.
What? Sean Galloway?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he works digital.
I think it is the periodic table. Wait. I'm not 100% familiar with all the stuff on it.
No, you're missing it.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to be. Well, maybe they're just moving to the elements that they're changing. I don't know. They're changing into.
Could be because he's emphasizing different letter symbols for elements.
Yeah.
CO.
Yep. No, yeah. I think it's half of it. So
pretty clever. Yeah.
What is RU? Oh wait. Yeah. Okay.
So you think DC paid less than $800 for that page?
I bet they did. I don't know. I couldn't. All I can do is guess.
With Neil Gaiman and Mike Allred.
Is it Neil writing it? I'm not sure.
And don't forget, on the other pages, you've got a colorist and a letterer, so there's got to be more than 800.
If I remember correctly, they were paid higher than professional rates for all of this, though. That's why you got that level of work that they got.
Who can we ask? Who would know?
I could ask Didio and see if he could tell us.
That would be nice.
Sean Galloway.
Yeah.
Dan, if you're watching this, send me a note on Facebook and let me know. If you don't have to get exact, but you can tell me the range if you can.
Inquiring minds want to know.
Just curious.
Yeah. Between 0 and 1,500, I'd say.
Somewhere in there. I think this Teen Titans is the weakest of all the strips.
Yeah, it's not working, is it?
No.
It's really stylized, though.
Yeah.
I like Galloway's style.
I said he's kind of got a cross between what was coming out at the time in the Teen Titans animated show, that the first
yeah,
one.
I'm going to say, to me, it's somewhere between anime and animated.
Yeah. Yep. This paper itself, it's more expensive right now because lumber has gotten way more expensive. Yep. It says, I loved it when Steve Rude did the oversized newspaper for Nexus. Yeah, I didn't get to see that. Boards for bags and boards went up for that reason too. I like building things. Lumber is ridiculous to build with these days. Yep. I know. I've just had a bunch of windows put in. Wouldn't the cost of bindery have to do with what press you use? Yes, it would.
Yep.
And how many you printed. That also makes me wonder if there's a very big competition between printers, but it's been some years since I worked at one. The thing is, especially with large newsprint printers like this, they are becoming less and less, at least in this country, every year. There's more presses shutting down and more presses consolidating with other companies. So I know during the 10 years that I did Flint Comics, the people that printed that paper took on 2 more presses here in the state. Just took over their businesses and kept running their presses. Because my representative had to drive like all over the state in order to get everything coordinated. So it's been thinning out. Also, by the time I printed the 4th issue of the paper, I got hit up on by a good half a dozen printers wanting to bid on the job as well, because there were that many presses out there looking for the business. Large, Gutenberg offset printers.
Damn, how times have changed.
Yeah. Big competition with printers. Yep. Hemp works just as well and is grown and harvested a lot faster than lumber. Well, it's still going to take us a while to build up hemp paper industry. It's not utilized, at least for right now. Yep, but it's slowly building. Oh, I love asking those questions. I get bits of info I didn't know before. Why don't more people ask these things? Oh, well, thanks. You're welcome, Sarah. I'm glad that you're here. Pull up in action again. Dr. Midnight makes an appearance. Supergirl. As
got the cat.
Crypto goes after Owlie here. What I think that I don't remember that owl's name.
Yeah, I don't remember the owl's name. I don't remember her cat's name either.
Streaky.
It would kind of suck to have a cat that has superpowers.
Yeah.
That's why I never read Supergirl.
It's part of the Legion of Super Pets.
Yep.
You know what I mean? That says it all, doesn't it? The Legion of Super Pets. Why would you want to waste your time on that?
Oh, come on. It was fun.
Well, I don't know. I didn't see it. I saw it, but I thought, no.
Goofy times.
Just glad to be here. I liked the Legion of Super Pets when I was growing up. Granted, I was probably more of the target audience at the time for it. So.
That tells me a lot.
I wish we would hemp alternatives, Dave. I think with the rising price of lumber and the paper shortages out there, it wouldn't surprise me if some companies are already looking at doing hemp paper on a regular basis just to be competitive.
That's why I do the Legion of Super Pets. Money.
Yeah. It's just another. It was a goofy part of the Legion, just like the Legion of Substitute Heroes.
I didn't say I wouldn't draw it. I just said I wouldn't read it.
Yeah.
That's fair.
There are a couple of awesome Legion of Substitute Heroes issues by Keith Giffen, that specials that came out that were just hilarious. Stone Boy, Chlorophyll Kid, Kid Psycho, Porcupine Pete, Infectious Lass. Yeah.
Oh God!
I think I dated her.
That's great. Yeah, They get into trouble, and all Stone Boy could do is become a rigid statue. So they drop him off a building.
Oh God, that's just.
I'm not even talking about something
That's
else.
saying too much. The innuendo in the show alone.
There we are.
There goes our
Only if your mind wanders in that direction.
Innuendo.com.
He became rigid lad for infectious lady.
Yep.
Yeah.
Infectious lass. Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. No. Just.
And all Porcupine Pete could do is explode his quills off of his body.
Oh God!
Little burst.
It doesn't stop. It doesn't stop. It's all over.
There she is.
This is just going to be
turning into platinum thread, tying up the villain.
Might as well.
Those are some great specials, though. It's fun.
Does she lose anything? Does she lose a leg or something when she does that, or does she generate that?
Yeah, it comes out. She starts with her toes and works her way up, usually, or with her hand. She's got both hands here, though. This guy had
this one either.
This guy had a light week. It was Wonder Woman.
So I've had enough of this. I'm just going to draw one big thing in the middle.
Nice big bottom right there. Go ahead.
900 panels. No, let's just make it 9.
Yeah.
I don't think we can pay you the full amount this week. You didn't do like 1 billion panels.
Yeah, maybe he gets paid by the panel and he gets 40 quid a week for doing this.
It keeps beeping in the background there.
No, it's Alison's brain working out that formula thing.
No, I stopped doing that. I'm too tired to do physics at this hour.
Meep.
Good.
Need more coffee for that.
Oh God, I just need a lot more caffeine.
She just needs to get off the show.
Well, no, the other issue is when my MS hit, it made my ability to do math. I really lost a lot of it. So
yeah, it'd be funny.
I can still talk the principles of things and stuff, but I can't do the math the way I used to.
It'd be hilarious.
Sarah says, going into listening mode for a bit. We'll see how long it lasts, since it never happens when I say that. Ha ha. Then right after that, she goes, what if the villain likes that kind of thing?
Well, who wouldn't with that girl?
There you go.
No, that would probably make me change my thoughts.
So I was thinking.
Go ahead, Whiskey.
Sorry, I interrupted everybody. I was just thinking that the Luger episode is going to turn out to be our best episode with the
probably
most views.
Most views.
Oh, here we go. Speaking of Lugers.
Meanwhile, back at the torture. You threaten me with a broken pistol? Works better when the safety's off.
The age-old question: the Luger or the knife?
That's that Nazi can move a bit quick, can he? Can he get hold of that bloke?
Yeah.
Without being shot.
I thought Sergeant Rock was good.
Wouldn't be a story if he just popped in between the eyes.
He needs more coffee too.
Yeah, he's been beaten up for the last 2 months.
All right,
give him a break.
I'll let him off.
Wonder if that's the artwork's the same size as this.
I think I've actually seen something that Joe Kubert can't draw.
Some of those lines.
What?
German helmets.
Oh, they're a little off. Huh.
I'll let him off.
They don't look phallic enough.
They don't look like German helmets. whatever they are. Oh, this is no good now. I've fallen out with this strip now because of this.
Yeah,
this nimble German.
Draw a helmet.
Yeah, this nimble German grabbing this guy. He's no, I'm not having that. He'd have shot him. Especially when he said, "I don't think so. It's not the American way." Bang. That's what would have happened there.
Well, you don't know what's happening next week.
Doesn't matter. It's been badly written.
That's how they get you. You don't tell it's. I'll leave him for next week. It's like that famous pulp. I can't remember the writer. He wrote he used to write it was an adventure pulp from like the 20s or 30s, and guy wrote the hero into such a corner that he then went to the publisher and said, "I want more money," and the guy's like, "No," and gave the story to somebody else to finish, and like several different writers couldn't figure out how to get the guy out of this death trap, so he finally relented and paid the guy, and after our hero escapes,
Brilliant.
Yeah, have it. Publishers, eh?
My brother knows I believe he knows the author of it because he was the one telling me about it. So
yeah, we need to have your brother on here pretty soon.
Yep. Do Conan.
Great lighting on that dinosaur there again, look.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks great.
Baker's just having fun here. Yeah. Just having a blast on this.
The Federation's showing up.
Yeah.
And Batman.
And Hawkman's got his wings back.
No, he doesn't.
That's the Legion of toilet seat covers there.
That's Hot Girl up here. Yeah. Hot Girl.
Are they soft glows? Right. Are they heated?
Yes.
It's like Batman's there too.
Yeah.
Heated toilet seat.
They close slowly.
It's a luxury.
If you leave a photon torpedo in there, they're gonna make sure it close quick.
Overhead shot here. Stealth freeze. Demonicus Etrigan.
I don't know what sound effect you would do, but it's a bit pathetic, that, isn't it? Roar, you know. Especially when they found out they used to hoot and things like birds.
The designer didn't bring their A game that day.
Yeah, the roar was the Hollywood thing, wasn't it?
They can only guess. Nobody was around back.
Yeah, but that should be like in an arc, getting bigger towards the end or something.
Yeah.
Especially since he's got all this space here.
The trainee was in that day.
I think that's an editorial. I think that artist left that space open to good effect, and then they had to put something in it.
Yeah, but they could have done it better than that.
Yes.
Oh God, yeah. No, that's the lettering on that is bad.
Sound effects.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But of course, I'm with you here, Glenn. I like sound effects on the board.
Yeah.
I like seeing it, drawn in with the art. I think it's
yeah, that's got a horrible pasted-in look to it. Absolutely.
And if you're going to draw with the art, I would have put it behind the tree.
Yeah. Well, it's a quarter 2, and this is issue 8.
Because you have all that space.
So we
you wouldn't put it behind the tree. The dinosaur's head was in front of the tree.
Yeah, you put it some. I don't know. I like the tree. The tree looks nice.
Sarah says, "I love your sound effects, Glenn. Dinosaur sounds like who are
you?
A pirate dinosaur?
Yeah.
Tee-hee.
Who are you?
I just thought they'd say chirp, chirp, chirp. Anyway, never know. Wednesday comics, folks. We'll look at the last 4 issues next week.
Yeah. I could ask my friend Tim what they think dinosaurs sounded like. He's a paleontologist.
Yeah, but he won't know because he wasn't there.
It doesn't work like that.
Yes, it does.
He can do his best guess through what vocal cords they can find fossilized?
No, they do it off of the voice. They can find like the structure of the voice box and figure it from there. Also, they can look at theropods of the current age.
Well, that's what I just said. They're finding out that they were hooting and grunting, not making Hollywood roaring noises. That's what I said.
They'll find out they were doing deep intellectual conversations.
Yeah.
So you're saying
65 million years ago, I think the bets are off. Personally,
that's flesh all over again. Yeah.
They could get Toho to figure it out. All of their giant monsters have interesting and unique sounds.
Yeah. Just finished Monarch on Apple TV. Amazing. Great
I have to
stuff.
watch that.
It's fun. It's
Godzilla -1 was amazing.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, that's what I hear. I want to see that real bad. And the latest Ghibli film that's in the theater too. I want to see that. Haven't gone to the theater in a long time. What whiskey? Sorry.
I haven't seen those either.
Yeah.
What was the other film you said, Glenn? I'm sorry, Randy. What was the other film?
Studio Ghibli film that's out there.
Oh, I haven't seen it either. I really
Boy
want
and the
to.
Heron. I understand it's phenomenal. Just beautiful.
Huron.
Heron.
I think it's a Huron.
What's a Huron?
Heron?
I don't know.
Okay.
So I think the bird's called.
The Huron.
Heron.
A heron.
It's a heron.
It's probably the same thing as a pie cost. Anyway.
A what?
A pie
exactly.
Cost.
A pie cast.
Yeah.
A pie cast. Is that like a YouTube stream with a pie?
It's a running joke. You're supposed to say, "What's a pie cost?"
I'm not going to say that.
That's why I ignored it.
Like saying, what's a Greek urn, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a Grecian urn. How about two bob a week? Hey!
Yep.
It's a wig. Don't look.
What the fuck is the matter with people in this business?
Folks,
I agree with Ethan on that one, but
Glenn, we're from the UK.
Yeah. So much for stopping by, and I hope you enjoyed yourself as much as we did looking through Wednesday Comics. We'll do it again next week and finish off the run, and then go on from there. We still have a next up after this will be a beautiful art book celebrating the artwork of Ramona Fradon.
I'm really looking forward to that.
Co-creator of Metamorpho that's in this paper. It's a great stuff. All right. Again, folks, we want to thank you. Please hit that like and love button wherever you're at. If you're watching us on a YouTube channel, subscribe to it, will you? Do us a favor. Every little bit that of engagement you can give us helps the algorithms and helps more people find our stuff. If you enjoyed this podcast, make sure you tell your friends. We appreciate you very much. Charles, tell folks where they can find you.
Just go to the internet. I am all over it. You can't avoid me. And buy Rammer. Go to Amazon and buy it. And this is the second issue, which will be out soon. Thank you very much.
All right. Allison, tell folks where they can find you.
Generally speaking, you can find me right here, annoying people with math. I can't do it well anymore, but another weird topics. And getting back to Fridays, arting with the Alley Cat, 3 p.m. And I'm on like most of the social media things. You can find me as either Allison McGlone or Alley Cat Comics.
All right.
Yeah.
Levi says, fun show, everyone. Thank you. Thanks for being here. Levi, deeply appreciate you. Whiskey, tell folks where they can find you.
Sure, you can find me on the old X there. I was just thinking though that the Luger thing, it's right there.
God,
is likely the stuck. But it's not going away. But
the face I'm making is terrible. I love it.
If you look at something and there's nothing there, what's the difference of figuring out what it was in the first place?
Somebody's green cap. It's going to come back to haunt me in 10
years.
Okay.
So, okay.
I make miniatures and 3D models and all that stuff, and I have a couple of things in development. A tabletop board game called Bannersteed and Lance. A historical love letter to the Middle Ages, I guess. And yeah, make miniatures and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, I was just thinking about the Luger thing based on the Flintstone Facebook thing. I'm pretty sure it will be our most popular episode.
Yeah. All right, Russ, tell folks how they can find you.
You can find me at russleach.com. If you want to go get any of the versions of Only Death Can Save Us, you can get that from Barnes & Nobles, Amazon, whatever. But over on my site, russleach.com. And if you want to find out what's coming up next, you can go and sign up for the email list there, or, of course, connect with me on any of the social medias over there. Got some color pages being produced at the moment. We're going for a simple color look, just a straightforward flat color.
Love it.
There's a spread.
It's looking great.
So there's there's spreads. So we've got spreads going on, lots of people. As Cole comes through.
Looking great.
Yeah, it's coming on. It's like I say, it's nice and straightforward, simple work.
I love that red carpet there. Really stands out.
Yeah.
Excellent. Fun.
Yeah, fun stuff. So if you like that kind of thing, you like a bit of sword and sorcery, Robert E. Howard, check out russleach.com and sign up for the email list.
Great.
That'll be launching in March on Fund My Comic.
Excellent. Excellent. Glenn, tell folks how they can find you.
You can find me all over the place. You can find me on Amazon and New Haven Publishing with my book about Jack Kirby, and I promise you there are no Lugers in this volume. You can also check me out on Amazon with my magazine Comics Unlimited, for which Randy will explain his contribution to issue 14, which is currently available now on Amazon. If you go to fundmycomic.com, you'll be able to pick up a copy of my annotated book about my character Hatch, which has got lots of unpublished artwork, published and unpublished artwork in it, and it gives you this story of how he came to be and how I produce it. But generally, just put my name in Google and you'll find all kinds of stuff.
Yep, and if you get Glenn's, issue 14 of Comics Unlimited, I got a 6-page comic story in there about my experience with Doctor Who as I was growing up, as told through the eyes of my cartoon monkey named Spank. So
Doctor Who.
Doctor Who. Yep.
Doctor Who.
Folks, I've been your host, Randy Zimmerman. You can find my work over at aerocomics.store. Go over there and take a look. You can find such books as Hero Bot Zero, Calico, Paragon, and soon, very soon, you'll be able to buy issues of The Fool over there as well. So we'll see you there, hopefully. And there's a couple of issues of Spank the Monkey available on PDF of freshly colored work, the first 2 Arrow issues from back in the 90s that I had a lot of fun coloring and I thought turned out real well. So appreciate you all again for watching. We'll be back Friday morning, 5 a.m. for Comics by Night. So we cover more Two-Fisted Tales. So we've been looking at that EC series, some great work, some great artists. Best of the best. Two-Fisted Tales. Friday morning, 5 a.m. Comics by Night here at the Indie Comics Network, the Comic Book Black Belt YouTube channel, and the Randy Zim YouTube channel. So go over there and enjoy. We are archived over at those channels as well for your listening and viewing pleasure. You can point and laugh at us all you want. Just go over there and enjoy those shows. So on our way out the door, we want to remind you of the immortal words of one Groucho Marx, who says, be open-minded, but not so open-minded that your brains fall out.
Too late.
Too late. I was gonna say, with the Luger conversation, I think it already happened.
Appreciate you all very much. Make sure you leave this industry in better shape than what you found it, folks. Please.
A Luger will make your brains fall out as well.
Oh, it definitely will.
Buy independent and alternative comics, especially ours.
And lager.
And lager. Yeah, lager definitely will too.
Lager will lead to Luger and brains on the floor.
Everybody I know needs what I'm selling. Swift
kick it apart.
Yeah.
To be handed out for free.
Take care, everybody. We'll see you next week. We'll see you on Friday. Sunday Funnies, 9 a.m. Comics by night, 5 a.m. Any last words, Whiskey?
No, Auf Wiedersehen.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Yay! Think about what you've accomplished.
Can you hammer a 6-inch spike through a board with your penis?
Not right now.
A girl's gotta have her standard.
The views and opinions expressed within the video content found on the Indie Comics Network are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of the Indie Comics Network or its sponsors.
Joke's on you, bitch. I love this shit.
Maybe if you use that voodoo witchcraft on your own trade, you'd find somewhere on the other end of the snake pit. I mean,
taste the biscuit. Taste the goodness of the biscuit.